Okay. I have just arrived in Germania. Not Germany. Germania. So much forest, so much fog, and absolutely no idea which way I am supposed to walk. I thought I was prepared. I was not. Everything is wet. The ground is mud, my shoes are mud. My confidence is also mud. I am trying to be quiet, but this forest sounds like it is personally judging every decision I make. There is a village over there. No stone walls, no Roman columns. Just wood, smoke, animals, and people who look extremely busy. They are staring at me, all of them. I am smiling like this is completely normal. It is not normal. I was not immediately chased away. I am counting that as a cultural success. This is barley porridge with something smoked in it. I am not asking too many questions. It is hot, and right now that is enough. Oh, that is actually good. Not pretty, not Instagram ready, but warm, salty, smoky. Germania can cook. Nobody here is just sitting around. Weaving, cooking, repairing, feeding, carrying. Free time feels like a rumor. This fabric is scratchy, heavy, and probably life-saving. Fashion here is less style and more, please do not freeze. This brooch holds my cloak together, so yes, jewelry. But also, if this opens, I freeze. The smell is intense. Let us just say the animals do not live far away. Emotionally, they live in the village. I think this is beer. Very thin beer. Breakfast beer, maybe. I have stopped asking questions. Yes, that tastes like bread, smoke, and a decision I would not have made voluntarily. There is no stove, no switch, no timer. If you want fire, you really have to know fire. I have just been assigned work. Apparently, time travel is not an excuse to carry nothing. If anyone thought life here was romantic, I have been useful for 3 minutes and I already hate it a little.
You move strangely, but you work.
That is probably the nicest thing anyone has said about me today. Something is happening here. The work looks normal, but the mood does not. Everyone knows more than I do. This is not a movie prop. It is wood, leather, iron, light enough to carry, strong enough to trust your life to. The weapons look simple. That is exactly what makes them unsettling. Nothing here is decorative. Everything is practical. Okay, the mood just completely changed. Someone arrived, and suddenly nobody is speaking loudly.
Romans, many of them, on the road through the forest.
Of course it is the Romans. They are drawing the forest into the ground. Swamps, hills, paths, and somewhere between them, Rome is marching. I know what year this is. 9 AD. And I think I know what is being prepared here. If you come with us, stay quiet. Historically speaking, that is not my strongest skill. We are going into the forest now. I would love to say I have a plan. I do not. I have wet shoes. Nobody is speaking. Not even the children. Just rain, footsteps, and that horrible sound of mud. I understand now why this forest is dangerous. Not because of magic, because of mud. Very persuasive mud. Everyone is getting down, so I am getting down. I do not know what we are seeing, but my heart has already decided it is bad. There they are, Roman soldiers. In books, legions look organized. Here they look tired, wet, and heavy. I know what is about to happen. And still it feels different seeing people, not just a number. They use the forest like a wall. The Romans have a road. These people have every tree. I want to be clear, I am not brave. I am just historically curious and bad at running away. It is starting. I am not filming everything. It is loud, wet, chaotic, and suddenly history is not a chapter anymore. This is not heroic. This is confusion. Nobody sees the whole battlefield. Everyone sees only the next tree. He might be 16. Maybe younger. And now I understand why dates hide so much. The forest breaks order apart. Formation, discipline, marching route. Here, everything slowly turns into mud. I am moving back. Not far. Just enough to breathe again. This is too much. Later they call it a battle. Here, it does not feel like a word. It feels like rain, fear, and metal. Come. It is not safe here. I just started to suspect that. I am completely soaked. My cloak now weighs about as much as this small horse. Everyone is waiting in the village. Not calmly, not panicking. More like everyone has learned to cover fear with work. No one here is just watching. If something happens, you work. Even if you have no idea what you are doing. Especially then.
Like this? Not pretty. Tight.
Not pretty, tight. I can remember that. I am not showing that. But I will tell you, this is much easier to read about than to see. It is night. Nobody's really sleeping. The fire is burning, everyone is whispering, and the forest outside suddenly feels much closer.
The forest does not forget.
That is either very poetic or very unsettling. I miss a bed, and a wall without a smoke hole, and honestly, any kind of bathroom. Day 2. I slept for about 3 minutes, and now officially smell like a fireplace. Fetching water sounds simple, until you realize the path is mud, and the bucket does not have wheels. Slowly. I am modern. We were not built for buckets. This is making flour. With stone, by hand. Suddenly bread feels like a very large project. I helped for 10 seconds and I am ready to respect industrial baking forever. This is bread. Very simple bread. But after that much work, it probably tastes like a feast. Ow! Hot. Very hot, but good. I take back everything I ever thought about simple food. Okay, that is adorable. Children had toys 2,000 years ago. Of course they had toys. Why does that surprise me? The children here have more energy than I do with coffee. And they do not have coffee. That is unfair. These are hides. They become clothing, blankets, straps, everything. The smell is historically convincing. Bone becomes a needle. Wood becomes a handle. Everything becomes something useful. Throwing things away is not an option here. Metal here is rare, expensive, and important. A little piece of iron suddenly feels more valuable than all my luggage. I am probably standing too close, but if I move back, I cannot see anything. Scientific method. This is Roman, and that is what is fascinating. They fight Rome, trade with Rome, and know Rome very well.
Salt, iron, wine, everything has a root.
Even without highways, impressive. Germania is not empty, not wild in the simple sense. It is connected, alive, complicated, just not Roman. More news, and this time nobody looked surprised, more like they were waiting for it.
The forest belongs to those who know it.
That is not a saying. That is a plan. Everyone is moving at the same time. Nothing looks panicked, but everything feels urgent. I am carrying things again. Apparently this is my character arc. Confused to mildly useful. You can see how quickly a village can become mobile. Houses stay, people move. Survival is flexible. This is not a romantic forest camp. This is planning. They know where to go, what to carry, who does what. The forest is not quiet at suddenly sounds like a decision. That is the same sky I see at home, just without city lights, and with significantly more existential uncertainty.
I slept on the ground, the actual ground. My back has filed a formal complaint. From up here, you can see why Rome struggled here. This is not empty land, this is a maze.
They are moving on, slowly.
Slowly is probably already too fast in this forest. That is the strange thing. History happens, and still someone has to cook porridge.
I am still bad at everything, but I am less in the way. That is progress. Nobody survives alone here. That sounds obvious, but here you feel it at every meal.
So you remember.
I will. I thought I came here to see a battle. But the most important thing was not the battle.
It was the hands working, the food, the smoke, the fear, the jokes, the people. Germania may have been a problem for Rome, but for the people here, it was home. I'm going to need a shower and dry socks. But I think I'm to miss this place. That was Germania in the year 9 AD. Not wild, not empty, not simple, alive. And I think that is exactly why people still remember it.